Hi, my name is Anne. I'm the head of customer success here at Positionally. It is my job to ensure that you love Positionally just as much as we love it. This webinar is for the beginners of SEO. We'll be showing you the ins and outs of Positionally alongside some of those basics. So we'll be covering a wide array of topics and we'll show how those correspond to your Positionally account. We will start with local SEO. Why is it important? We'll start with some different types of keywords and how to select your competitors, and then, of course, what to do with that data. We'll also show you how to monitor your keywords and your backlinks with Positionally and how to optimize your page for the better. We will then quickly go over some of our reporting features and our user features as well. So before we begin, I would like to say that I will answer any and all of your questions at the end. I really do hope you have them. I love SEO. I'm very passionate about it, and I'd love to help you love it too. So, what is SEO? SEO is search engine optimization. It's all about optimizing your site and your content to rank better in the search engines like Google, Bing, Yahoo, and Yandex. I guess the million-dollar question, though, is why SEO? I suppose the answer is that you want to save money, but at the same time make money. Well, SEO is your friend in that department. SEO is all about ranking organically to increase your overall traffic. And when you increase your traffic, you will hopefully also increase your conversions, which will make you money. So the first spot on Google gets 33% of all incoming traffic. However, that first page of Google and other search engines, they get 90% of all incoming traffic. You want to rank on that first page of your the first page of a search engine for either your website or brand, and we'll talk more about that in a little bit. So we will be talking this whole time about a website called Cafe Lux. The reason that we chose Cafe Lux is that it's just a really generic brick and mortar coffee shop. It also does not have any major issues with its sites, and furthermore, it's located in a certain region of the United States, and it most likely wants to gain traffic from that region. So, with all of that being said, let's get started. So this is your page that this is your dashboard. This is what you will log on every single time into Positionally, and you will see. We will show you your changes of your search ranking summary here. We'll tell you how many keywords have gone up, how many keywords have stayed neutral, and how many keywords have gone down. We'll also show you the number of inbound links that you have acquired over your lifetime at Positionally. And then, of course, we'll show you the average search rankings here. If you scroll down, you'll once again see those average rankings, those changes, the page rank, which is Google page rank, the Alexa rank. You'll see which search engine you're tracking in, and the last time it was updated. So at Positionally, we do daily keyword ranking. So you will get a new ranking every 24 hours. Let's go into the website section. Here you will be able to add all of your websites or go into websites that you already have done. We're going to add a new website. We'll actually add the same website, Cafe Lux, and talk about it. So www.cafelux.com. So now that I've typed that in, we get this little warning that we are trying to add a subdomain. The big question is, what is a subdomain? Well, this thing is a subdomain. So if you come up in a search engine without a subdomain, Positionally will not track you accurately. So you need to see where you come up in the search, or how you come up in the search engine. So going here, we'll type in Cafe Lux. And we'll see they do come up with a subdomain. So we most likely will want to track that unless you have other subdomains like blog.cafelux.com. If you want to see a website that does not use a subdomain, we can check out my company's website, Positionally. And you will see this does not come up with a subdomain. So we will go ahead and keep it because we do not care to track in a subdomain. Next we have, do you want to select a search engine? Otherwise, we will track in Google United States. Well, we don't particularly, we do want to track in Google United States, but Cafe Lux is a coffee shop in Brentwood, California. So we're going to want to track regionally or locally. We're going to track in Brentwood. So here's Brentwood, California, and now we will continue. So why do you want to track regionally? The reason that one would want to track regionally is because the search engines are really smart. They will actually be able to push up queries that are results that they do think that are more relevant to you. So let's say that I am in Columbus, Ohio, and I'm searching for coffee shops. The search engines will push up the most relevant searches to me. Therefore, it'll push up coffee shops in Columbus, Ohio, but it will push down coffee shops in, let's say, Brentwood, California. It is pretty crucial, especially when you have a regionalized market, to track locally. Positionally offers regionalized tracking in the UK, Germany, Australia, Austria, Poland, and Canada. We are expanding that list as time goes on. So now that we've selected the search engine, we are prompted to pick keywords. So a keyword is what a searcher puts into Google to try to find your site. So for instance, if I type in best coffee, I will hope to be ranking for that keyword. The way that Positionally gets your keywords is that we automatically scan your meta description, your title tag, and your keyword tag if you still have a keyword tag. So we gather the words that are found in those three places. If all of those are missing, we scan your web page and we gather the keywords from your web page. That's why you might get something like main page navigation. We're going to go ahead and delete all of these just because things aren't really 100% relevant to us, and I have some better keywords I want to put in here. So the keywords that I want to put in is just coffee shop, Brentwood. And then I will put in coffee shop, Arts Cafe, Brentwood. And then coffee shop, cafe, Lux. So the reason that I chose these keywords is coffee shop is a very broad, it's a very generic keyword. I'm very curious how I'll rank for something that is so competitive. Then coffee shop Brentwood, it's a geo keyword. It's also contextual. Contextual means that this keyword has a specific location, but that location is identical to where the user is searching from. So I put that search engine in as Brentwood, California, and this keyword also has Brentwood in it. It gives a search engine the complete picture of what the searcher is looking for. Next, we put in coffee shop, art cafe, Brentwood. The reason that we did this is because Cafe Lux actually doubles as this art cafe. This is our long tail keyword. It's something that we will really want to rank for because this is a niche. The people that Google something like this, they are really interested in my brand. And then last but not least, we have coffee shop cafe Lux just because it is my branded keyword. I will want to rank well for this. So let's continue and see how we do. But while Positionally is gathering the rankings, which shouldn't take very long, we'll talk a little bit about how to do some keyword research. And we do have a webinar about it. It is here. Try.positionally.com/webinar/all about keywords. My colleague Nika will do that webinar. So there are a few ways that you can pick your keywords. The first way is I would recommend that you look at your demographic in something like Google Analytics. You will be able to see who your market is more tailored towards. So do older people search for you? Do younger people search for you? Do they use more mobile searches? I mean, there's a lot of ways that they could find you. And I'd be very curious of how they're finding you and who they are. Next, I would look at your Google Search Console. Google Search Console is absolutely fantastic because it already tells you what type of keywords you're ranking for, and it tells you how many impressions you're getting, and it tells you how many people click for those keywords. It does not, on the other hand, tell you how your competitors are ranking. So you're going to want to monitor that in a tool like Positionally. Then I would look at Google AdWords. Google AdWords gives you some really good ideas along with Google Trends. And there's just a ton of really helpful tools out there that can help you narrow down your keyword search. There's Uber Suggest, there's Solve. Nika will cover it all in her webinar. So it does seem as though Positionally has gathered those positions, and now we get to track our competitors. So look at these competitors. We have Foursquare, Zomato, Yelp. None of these are direct competitors. Well, that's okay. The way that Positionally gathers your competitors is we take those keywords that you put in and we scan the SERPs for people that are ranking for those same exact keywords and the people that are the sites that come up the most. So something like LA Weekly probably has a lot to do with coffee shops and a lot to do with coffee shops in Brentwood and coffee shop art cafe. If they're not your competitor, deselect them. We are going to keep Yelp because I'm very curious about how they're doing for those keywords. I love Barnacle SEO, so we'll talk about that in a little bit. So continue on. Now it says we have your results. Not bad, but there's room for improvement. We have one keyword that's ranking in the 1st to 3rd bucket, then another 4th to 10th bucket. So we have one keyword ranking in all these buckets. Let's explore and see how those keywords are doing individually. Okay, so we have the current average ranking here. It is 29.5. So that is how all of my keywords are doing divided by the total. That's 29.5. Search ranking changes here. We don't have any changes because we do daily keyword searches. So we will only show you how they're doing historically. So tomorrow when I come into my account, I will see changes here. Now for inbound links. I have acquired 1,255 inbound links. That's absolutely awesome. Really happy about that. I will love inbound links. Down here, we have the recent activity section. The recent activity section is really, really fun. It's kind of like a Facebook newsfeed. It just gives you all the instant changes that are happening in your account. So if you have a keyword that has risen really well the past few days, the recent activity section will alert you about that. One other thing about the competitors is the more keywords you put in, the more likely we are to find accurate competitors for you. We can connect with Google Analytics, and we will do so. I've already connected my Google Analytics account. So all you have to do is go into this Edit Website section and pick an account. I do not have access to Google Analytics, but I do have access to my friend's Yoga with Krishna, his Google Analytics. Another thing within this Edit Website section, you can connect your Google Analytics profile, but you can also include map results. So if we go to Cafe Lux, Brentwood, we can see that they have map results here. This is the snack pack, the 3-pack, or the local search pack. We are going to copy their phone number. All right. So in this include map results, we do need to enter their phone number. It doesn't matter how you type it in. Just type it in however you want. And we will now track those map results in that snack pack. And we can save changes. Now we've connected our Google Analytics and our Google Map results. All right. Let's move on to the overview section. So this is the overview section. Over time, you will get a nice, beautiful graph here, but we only have 1 day's worth of positions, so we are going to stick here. The green is how Cafe Lux is doing, and the red is how Yelp is doing. So you can see Yelp is ranking second, which is better than Cafe Lux, which is ranking 29th and a half. So it is interesting that Yelp is ranking better. Scrolling down, you'll once again see those average rankings, PageRank and Alexa rank. And then going even further, you will see those buckets again and the changes that will occur tomorrow. Moving on to the keyword section where you can see how each keyword is doing individually. So coffee shop by itself in Brentwood is not ranking Cafe Lux. However, Yelp is ranking, which is very curious for me. I would want to use Yelp to my advantage, I think, but we'll see in a little bit. Coffee Shop Art Cafe you're ranking 6th, while Yelp is ranking 1st. This I would be more curious about because Yelp was not my competitor, but I could use it to my advantage. I should want to rank my brand name on Yelp or on Foursquare or whatever website comes up in general. But then for your brand name, which is very exciting, you are ranking 1st and Yelp is ranking 5th. I kind of would be curious about what's ranking in between here. I'm wondering if it's my Facebook page or maybe a different review site. So I would try probably to monitor my Facebook page as well as a competitor and other things just to see how they're doing too. To see the historical data of a keyword, you can just click on it and you will be able to see that keyword individually over time. Okay. Next, we will move on to groups. So grouping keywords is really great if you have certain terms that you really care about and you care about how they're doing together. So remember that search engines really look down upon something called keyword stuffing. That means using the same words over and over and over and over again to kind of manipulate the search engines. So it's best to try to use synonyms throughout your content. So you might want to group a bunch of synonyms together and see how all these different words are doing together. So maybe coffee shop, cafe, I can't even think right now. Other words like that that could be ranking for your site. Another way that you could group your keywords together is by seasonal stuff. So maybe you sell a bunch of winter clothing. So you want to put in all your hats, all your jackets, all of your boots together and see how your winter clothing is doing. Maybe you start seeing a rise in the search engines in the winter and a dip in the summer. That would be really interesting to watch those trends. So all you have to do is create your group, give it a group name, and then add those keywords to your groups. You can always upload it via CSV if we go back to this keyword section. You can always add it via a CSV, have one column being your keywords, and then the next column being groups. And that's a very easy way to just import all of your keywords into groups. After groups, we have the notes. I love notes, mostly because I love working with the marketing team and I love trying to create some new blog ideas. And so we communicate about these blog ideas on the notes sections. So notes can be really critical to your inbound marketing's well-being and sanity. We use it whenever we create those new blog posts or whenever we acquire those new backlinks. We really just write anything to each other that helps us keep our priorities straight, our deadlines accomplished, or anything that helped us move along in the search engine. Also, Positionally as a tool automatically creates a note anytime that you add or remove keywords or search engines, because therefore you might get a little confused why you see bigger dips or bigger rises over time. So next is the inbound links. A lot of people say that inbound links are king, other people say content is king. I really believe it's both. I really do believe that inbound links are necessary. I mean, the content gets you the inbound links, but inbound links helps you stay there. So an inbound link is when one site is linking to your site. So this has nothing to do with social media. It really has to do with a different blog or a newspaper or anything that's a website by itself, not social media, linking to your site. The reason that social media isn't included as an inbound link or a backlink is because they don't allow the robots to crawl their pages. So the search engines can't use that authority and pass it on to you. We do have another webinar about inbound links or about backlinks. It's here, try.positionally.com/webinar /backlinks-uncovered. So over time, we will gather more and more backlinks for you. Our backlink provider is Majestic. We show you the quality of those inbound links, the source, the target, the anchor text, and the follow type. What I love about this is I can go into any of these. Let's see if I can find anyone. No, I saw one the other day. Tutor nerds. So I can go into any of these and see how it's ranking. So I just have to control find that anchor text. So the anchor text here was Cafe Lux. Okay, so here it is. Here's that little blurb about me. It's about Cafe Lux in Santa Monica. They don't have Wi-Fi, so you'll be less likely to procrastinate. Well, maybe Cafe Lux does have Wi-Fi, so you want to always keep your ears open on the internet. You want to be able to listen to what people say about you and then correct them if they're wrong or thank them if they're right or do whatever you need to do. But you always want to be listening to what people are saying about you. So like also Huffington Post wrote about you. That's awesome. There's like really cool things on these backlinks that are really interesting. You also want to make sure you follow this follow type. You want more do followers than no follows. Jessica in her webinar will discuss that whole procedure to you and how to gain really high quality, solid inbound links. You always remember quality over quantity. Okay, after the inbound links, we're going to go actually skip into the main attraction, which is competitors, and go into the to-do section. So the to-do section just gives you really hands-on advice of things that you can do on your site and off your site and within Positionally. So the first thing that it tells you is to add a group, which we talked about, of 5 keywords. If you scroll down, we tell you that you have received no follow links in the last 7 days. You will probably want to monitor those. Another thing that we say is like get a responsive design. So if you have a mobile device, you want to have your website responsive to it. If you get it done and you say, I do have a responsive design, I've checked it in this test, check it off. And now it's done. And then you can go into this completed section. And you can see what you have done. You've added a competitor. You've done Google Analytics. It's kind of a smart thing. We are growing this. We're always actively coming up with new ideas of how you can optimize your site for the better, and we are writing about it and putting it in here. So the to-do section is just a really satisfying way to know that you are doing the right steps in SEO and with optimizing your page and, of course, within Positionally. Last but not least in this website section, we have the competitors. So here is Yelp. Okay, so once again, you'll be able to see how Yelp is doing versus you. This doesn't change much, except now you see how the keyword ranking and the keyword changes are for those competitors. But what I love about the competitor section is the SERP link section. So I told you a little bit about how I love Barnacle SEO. I love using another website and letting it bring traffic for me. So one of those things that I do is I very often have long tail keywords here, and I monitor the SERP link of a bigger website. So like there is no way I can compete against a website like Yelp. I just won't rank on top of it. It would be amazing if I did, and I would give you mad props, but chances are you won't. So use that to your advantage. Track your Yelp page, track Yelp as your competitor, or Facebook, or whatever you need to do, and see how you're ranking. So here's Coffee Shop Art Cafe Brentwood. You're ranking 6. This is a really long tail keyword. You want to rank for this keyword to get that highly niche traffic. And then I would look at this SERP link. I'd click on this SERP link, open it in a new tab, and check it out. And I would be really bummed out because Literati Cafe is ranking for that long tail keyword when it's not even a coffee shop and it's not even an art cafe. And I'd probably be a little curious why. So then I'd start typing things in. Coffee. Okay, so it has the keyword coffee. Art. All right, so it has art. Cafe. Yeah, it has cafe in its name. And then, of course, it's most likely in Brentwood. Yep, it's in Brentwood. So it has all of those 3 keywords, or all of those keywords, but it's not directly related. So then I would go in and optimize my Yelp page for those keywords. I would ask some people that do come to my art events to review me on Yelp with those particular keywords, and I would want to see me get to that first page or first position for this keyword, but using Yelp. It's called barnacle SEO. It's like letting something else bring you more traffic without having to optimize your own page for that. It's also really interesting because other things will show up. I have an article about it on our blog. It's called 5 Spooky Ways to Spy on Your Competitors. So if you want to read it, just go to positionally.com/blog and you can read it there. Okay, so it looks like we are about done in this website section. We can move on to reports now. I have already created quite a few reports just based on the other website, which I already had a lot of keyword historical data in it. So Positionally allows you to create different types of reports here. We will create one more. I must have forgotten to create it. We'll create a traffic report. So Positionally allows you to create these reports, and you can give your report a name. So we can do a traffic report here. You can select that website. You can select competitors if you also want to see your competitors on there. And you can also filter out what types of keywords if you only want to see keywords going up, or you really want to focus on your keywords going down, especially in that group we talked about. So I created a group just called Santa Monica. If I want to focus on all the keywords that are dropping with Santa Monica, this would be the place I can focus on it. And so I select that traffic report. I don't want to be notified, but if I want to notify somebody, so I want to notify my boss at positionally.com, I can type his name in, push enter, and voila, it will be sent to him. This just makes your reporting easier. You can create reports in a jiffy, and you can send it to your clients, your boss, your investors. They do not have to be a user on your account. You just get to invite them. So let's generate that report. Okay, so as you can see, now we have a simple report, a detailed report, a links report, and a traffic report. Those are the 4 types of reports which we offer. We're going to open up all of them and look at them individually. It shouldn't take us too long. So here is the simple report. Here are our beautiful graphs. This tells you your Google Analytics traffic that we attached at the beginning, and it tells you the position. So I see like I've stagnated a bit. I mean, this is again August 23rd to September 23rd. I would like to see a little bit more fluctuation. I do recommend adding in new keywords about once every 3 to 4 months. SEO is a long-term game. This will never be a short-term game. So I would want to see some fluctuation. I want to acquire some more backlinks. and much more. So we tell you your position on August 23rd and September 23rd. So for Art Cafe, I'm not ranking at all. That's what the dash means. But here I'm ranking 48th, and here I'm ranking 32. That's awesome. I moved up in the search engines. I would focus on where I'm moving up a lot. So like Brentwood Coffee House, I've moved up 32 positions. That's really good. So I must be doing something right with Brentwood Coffee House. I would focus on like here I went down. That's not so great. And so we have your original position, your position for the last day, the change, and the average. So that is your simple report. Here is your detailed report. This tells your position every single day. So like this is cool because I see that like I took a little bit of a dip. I mean, very minimal dip, even another dip. And then after that, it went from 53 to 31 to 32. So I get to watch those changes happen over time. Those are those detailed reports. And here's that X. And X means that it wasn't ever there. That keyword wasn't added during that time. Okay. Links report is one of my favorite reports just because, as I said, I like to blog. I like to create content. So I love to see my work overtake other people's work. I know that doesn't sound very good, but so I always monitor the links in my reports because I want to see things change. So like for instance, Coffee Shop Santa Monica, it was linking to my homepage and now it's linking to the locations page. It's just a really great way to make sure your new work is getting indexed, A, and then B, after being indexed, it's really great to watch you grow. And then last but not least, we have the traffic report. We have the beautiful line graph here, and then we have the amount of traffic you get. So my friend's site was getting about 3,000 hits of organic traffic during this 11 days. It had about 200 hits, or not hits, incoming traffic from paid traffic, and then 1,300 from referral traffic. And then all we do is sum it up each day here. Okay. This about covers the reports. The only other thing with a report is you can get it recurring and sent directly to your email. You can get it done however often you want, daily, weekly, monthly, whatever. It's pretty easy. Just pick how often you want it, when you want it to start, and then which report you'd like sent. And again, you can just type in the email, push enter. Well, that didn't work, but push enter, and it will get sent. Last but not least is the research section. So the research section here, it tells you how well your page is optimized. An optimized page is more likely to get indexed. A well-indexed page is more likely to get ranked. So you always want to put in your page into the on-page optimization section and see how it's going. Again, we are growing this as well, so expect some better changes in the future, but right now it is fantastic too. So we'll put in our homepage here, cafelux.com, and we'll put in a keyword. Let's put in the keyword coffee shop Brentwood. We want to optimize our homepage for coffee shop Brentwood. I would never recommend that you optimize a page for more than like 3 keywords. We do allow 5 here, but trying to optimize a page for more than 3 keywords could be, let's just say, a little difficult. So try to optimize it for 1 to 3, max 5. So check that URL, we put it in. It doesn't take very long, but if you refresh the page, it should work. Not yet. Okay, so let's go into Cafe Lux and see how it's doing. So we have one major issue here and one moderate issue. The first issue that we have is keyword placement. It's not found at all in the content of the page. It's not found in the title, and it's not found in that meta description. If you want to rank for the keyword, you definitely want it to be in that content. If you want the human element, it is not really a ranking factor, but the human element to really appreciate this keyword and click on it, you do want it in that title tag, and you want it in that meta description. You're also missing some alt attributes. So alt attributes, like the search engines are very, very smart, but they don't see a picture like you and me. The only way they can view a picture is the words behind the picture. So you want to make sure that you do have descriptions of those pictures in those alt attributes. And then everything else that has a check mark, you are good. Positionally does not do a full domain crawl. We only do a per page crawl, which is really good because then you can try to optimize different pages for different things. So for instance, I put in cafelux.com/about, and we only got a 69%. And I wanted to optimize for the keyword espresso here. So we have some no follow links. We have the keyword placement issue. We're missing the meta tag, and we're missing alt attributes still. So those are things that we would want to try to fix. The add-on section, there's only one really cool thing that I like to talk about here, and that's that keyword mixer. There are other really great things, like there's a Google Sheets as well, but the keyword mixer is fantastic because you put different keywords in each line individually. So I could put coffee shop, enter, and let's put in cafe. Let's even put in coffee shop. And then I would want to add in Brentwood here. And let's add in Santa Monica, which is the larger region surrounding Brentwood. And I can mix it up. And now it has all of those keywords mixed up, put together. And I can pick which website I want to add it to. So it just makes my life easier. So I don't have to go, okay, coffee shop Brentwood, coffee shop Santa Monica, cafe Brentwood, cafe Santa Monica. The keyword mixer just makes your life easier. All right. The last thing that we'll talk about is the settings section. So here you get to pick your photo. This is for you as a user. It will show up in the top right-hand corner here. You get to put in your name here, your email address, everything else. Also, then you have your account picture. This is what will show up on the report. So if you want to put your logo on there, or maybe your client's logo, you can decide to put that on there. Notifications are really great as well because you can decide how often you want to have those notifications. So I don't want to have them ever because I'm on my site all the time. But if you want to know that your positions are updated on that day, get a daily notification. We will tell you your positions as soon as we have them. You can get newsletters, reports notifications, or position notifications as well. Managing the users is really great too, because you can invite a new user. You can invite them with different customizable access. So for instance, we have guest access here with different websites. You can give them different websites, and you can give them different types of permission. It's same with collaborator. You can choose the type of website they're allowed to have. Manager, you can decide on the manager, or you can give the manager permission, or you can give them admin permission as well. White label, some accounts have white label depending on which plan you're on. If you'd like to have white label, it is an upgraded feature. We'll briefly cover it though. It's really good, especially for agencies. If you want to have different colors on your reports, and then also if you want to have that custom domain. So you don't want people to go to app.positionally.com. You want people to go to seo.cafelux.com. The billing information, of course, is where you can find your account. This is where you can also see how much your plan has. So I have like 100 keywords. I'm only using 47 keywords. I have 20,000 backlinks. This is not accurate because we now pull it monthly. So we are going to have monthly backlink limits. Google Analytics, we've discussed already. And then referral program is where you can refer your friends and earn money. You can earn, I believe it's $20 per every time somebody spends at least $20 with us, you'll get $20. There's no limit to this, so you can actually get your account cost down to 0. Okay, so this just about wraps up my webinar. I really hope that you learned a little bit about Positionally and a little bit about SEO, hopefully a lot about both actually. If you have any questions, I would really love to take them now. Also, my name is Anne Krieger. You can always send me an email at ann@positionally.com. And then you can always tweet me as well. I guess I will just do this. At Ann Krieger. You can always send me a tweet. I always do tweet about SEO and a lot of search engine optimization stuff and marketing. And then also you can send me an email at ann@positionally. All right, so we do have some questions. Let me look at those. Okay, so the first question is, do I have to add each page of my website as a separate site? So if I have a blog post that I want to rank for knee pain, do I have to add that blog post URL? If this is within the research section, yes, you will have to do that. Each page will be ranked differently within the research section. However, if that's within the website section, no, you don't. You only have to put in your domain. Just make sure it's not that subdomain, so put in the domain. And then we will track even those blog posts as well. I really hope that answers your question, so please let me know. The next one's from Martin. So he asks if there's an overview somewhere of all the webinars because they seem really useful. Yeah, actually there is. So if we go into this dashboard section, we do have the webinars listed here. This is the backlinks webinar and the all about keywords webinar. Positionally has made it really easy. I mean, maybe sometimes too easy to register for it. So if you have your proper email address in there, all you have to do is click register. And then you have registered. So all you have to do is check your mail. Just make sure you have the proper email because I have had some clients push register but not have the right email. So that's the only thing. Okay, so those seem like the only 2 questions. If you have anything else, just go ahead and shoot. I'm really happy to answer anything. Okay, so another question is there any view of social media influence in Positionally? Currently, there is not. We are looking at adding it. It won't be until probably 2016, and it will be one of those upgraded features I was talking about. But we are looking at getting an API for Twitter and Facebook, and so we can see how you are doing in how many likes you have, how many retweets, how many followers that you get. The only thing with it is that it's not out yet. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. But I would once again recommend just tracking your Facebook site, or even just tracking Facebook.com, or even Yelp as a competitor, just to see how you're doing or how your site's doing for that. If you read that article I wrote about, I love this. I'm sorry, I'm right now obsessed with article SEO. If you read that article, you should focus on those as well. It's just really interesting. And it will tell you a little bit about your social media influence, especially for your brand names or your notes, because notes come up in search engines. So that was a little off topic. But okay, any other questions at all? Nope. All right. So thank you so much. Again, please feel free to tweet at me, follow me. It's again at Ann Krieger. Also, Positionally has a really great blog. It's called positionally.com/blog. Our content manager, Kasha, is fabulous at running it, so always feel free to check it out. And thank you so much for attending. I really appreciated it. I hope you found it helpful. Always send me emails, and I'd love to hear from you in the future.